You're sitting there waiting for the right moment, the perfect time to strike. But guess what? That moment isn't coming. It never was. The world doesn't owe you anything, and nobody's going to hand you what you want. You've got to get up and go after it with everything you've got. Stop making excuses. Stop hiding behind tomorrow, or I'm not ready, you're as ready as you'll ever be. The only thing standing between you and what you want is your willingness to suffer, to endure, and to push through when every fiber of your being screams to quit. The clock is ticking. Right now, someone else is out there grinding harder than you, hungrier than you, willing to bleed for the dream you keep talking about but haven't done a damn thing to achieve. How does that feel? Does it light a fire in you, or are you going to sit there paralyzed by fear, laziness, or the need for comfort? Life is brutal, unforgiving, and raw. It doesn't care about your excuses. The only currency it understands is effort, persistence, and resilience. You've been knocked down. So what? Welcome to the club. We've all been there. But the question isn't about how many times you've fallen. It's about how many times you get back up, bloodied and bruised, and keep moving forward. You've got more in the tank than you think. You're capable of so much more than you're showing right now. Stop listening to that weak voice in your head telling you it's okay to rest, to take a break, to settle for less. That voice is a liar. It's trying to keep you mediocre. You weren't born to be average. You were born to fight, to conquer, to rise. This isn't about motivation. Motivation is fleeting. It's a spark that fades. What you need is discipline, a relentless, unyielding commitment to show up, to do the work day in and day out, whether you feel like it or not. That's where success lives, in the grind, in the dark, lonely moments when no one's watching, no one's cheering, and no one cares. That's where champions are made. Stop waiting for someone to believe in you. Stop waiting for validation. You've got to believe in yourself, even when nobody else does. Look yourself in the mirror and own your life. Own your choices. Own your failures. And then take all that anger, all that frustration, and channel it into action. Break through the walls, shatter the limits, and show the world and yourself what you're made of. You want to change your life? Get up. You want to achieve your dreams? Get up. You want to be the person you know deep down you're capable of being? Get the hell up and get it done. Because every second you waste is a second you'll never get back. Time doesn't wait for anyone, and it sure as hell isn't waiting for you. So stop talking. Stop thinking. Stop planning. Just move. One step, one punch, one fight at a time. Keep going until you've got nothing left, and then find a way to give more. That's how you win. That's how you become unstoppable. Nobody is coming to save you. The sooner you accept that, the sooner you'll stop wasting time waiting for circumstances to change or someone to guide you. Every success, every achievement, every ounce of progress you want in life starts with you. It's not your past, not your family, not your environment, and not your excuses holding you back. It's you. The power to change your situation, to level up, and to dominate your goals lies in the choices you make every single day. You can't control everything that happens, but you can control how you respond, and that's where your strength lies. Stop blaming others for where you are or what you haven't accomplished. Stop looking for reasons to justify staying the same. The truth is, no one owes you anything. Life is brutal and indifferent, and the world keeps spinning regardless of whether you rise or fall. So what are you going to do about it? You have to look yourself in the mirror and take full ownership of your life. Every failure, every setback, every moment of inaction, it's all on you. That might sting, but it's also empowering. Because if it's on you, then the power to fix it is also in your hands. Waiting for someone else to believe in you or validate your worth is a waste of time. You have to be your own biggest supporter, your own motivator, and your own driving force. Decide right now that you're done making excuses and start making moves. Because when you take responsibility for your life, you stop being a victim and start becoming the hero of your story. That's when everything changes. Excuses are the chains that keep you tied to mediocrity. Every time you make an excuse, you're giving yourself permission to stay where you are instead of pushing toward where you want to be. I'm too tired. I don't have time, I'll start tomorrow. These are the lies you tell yourself to justify not putting in the work. Deep down, you know they're lies. You know they're just a shield to protect you from the discomfort of effort, from the fear of failure, or from facing the reality that success requires sacrifice. Excuses don't care about your dreams. They don't care about your potential. They're there to trap you, to keep you comfortable, and to lull you into believing that waiting is acceptable. But the truth is, every excuse you make is stealing time from you, time you'll never get back. Time is ruthless. It doesn't care if you're ready or not. It keeps moving, and every moment you spend justifying inaction is a moment lost forever. You have to destroy the habit of excuse making. The next time your mind starts coming up with reasons to delay or avoid doing the work, shut it down. Replace those excuses with action. Feel tired. Start anyway. Don't have time? Make time? Not sure where to begin? Just take the first step and figure it out as you go. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be done. Excuses are a luxury you can't afford. Success doesn't wait for you to feel ready or for conditions to be ideal. It's reserved for those who take action in spite of everything. So stop giving yourself a way out. Stop letting yourself off the hook. When you refuse to make excuses, you take back control of your life and your future. Every time you push through instead of stepping back, you're building strength, discipline, and momentum. And that's how you win. Motivation is a fleeting emotion. It's easy to feel fired up when you're inspired by a video, a speech, or a burst of energy, but what happens when that feeling fades? What happens when you wake up tired, when the weather's bad, or when the world seems to conspire against you? That's when most people quit. That's when dreams get abandoned, goals get delayed, and potential gets wasted. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent or luck, it's discipline. Discipline is the backbone of success. It's showing up and doing the work even when you don't feel like it. It's the ability to say, I'll do it anyway, when every fiber of your being wants to quit. Discipline doesn't rely on emotion, it's built on commitment and consistency. It's about making a promise to yourself and keeping it day in and day out, no matter the circumstances. You can't rely on motivation to carry you through because motivation is temporary. Discipline, however, is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Every time you choose to stick to your plan, to push through the resistance, you're training that muscle. And the stronger it becomes, the less you'll need motivation to get started. You'll act because it's who you are, because it's part of your routine, and because you refuse to let excuses dictate your life. Discipline means putting in the effort even when the rewards aren't immediate. It means understanding that progress takes time and trusting the process even when results aren't visible. It's about doing the small, consistent things that add up to massive success over time. It's waking up early to work on your goals, staying late to perfect your craft, and pushing through the tough days when everything feels harder than it should. The key to discipline is focus. You need to be crystal clear about what you want and why it matters. When your purpose is strong, it becomes easier to stay on track, even when the road gets rough. Remind yourself daily of what's at stake, of why you started, and of the person you're striving to become. Discipline is freedom. It frees you from regret, from wasted potential, and from the pain of wondering, what if it's not about being perfect, it's about being relentless. It's about showing up, grinding, and refusing to quit. When you master discipline, you unlock the power to achieve anything you set your mind to, no matter how challenging or far away it seems. That's where real success lies. Success isn't glamorous, and the road to it is paved with effort, sweat, and sacrifices that most people aren't willing to make. The grind is where success lives, not in grand achievements, but in the relentless day-to-day work that nobody sees. It's in waking up before the sun, putting in hours of practice, and staying focused long after others have given up. The grind doesn't care about your feelings, your excuses, or how hard your day was. It demands everything from you every single day. People want the rewards without the effort. They dream about the end result but aren't willing to endure the process. But that's where the magic happens in the process. It's the unglamorous, repetitive tasks, the discipline to stick to your routine, and the determination to keep going even when progress feels slow. The grind is what separates the dreamers from the doers, the talkers from the achievers. You have to fall in love with the grind. Stop waiting for motivation or inspiration to get started and embrace the effort itself. Success isn't about reaching a destination, it's about becoming the kind of person who can handle the challenges, who thrives in the struggle, and who refuses to quit when things get tough. When you embrace the grind, you're not just working toward a goal, you're transforming yourself. The grind will test you. It will push you to your limits, make you question your resolve, and demand sacrifices you never thought you'd have to make. It will strip away your excuses and force you to confront the reality of what it takes to succeed. But it will also build you. It will forge your character, strengthen your resilience, and prepare you for challenges far greater than anything you imagined. There are no shortcuts in the grind. Every step matters. Every rep, every hour of practice, every moment of focus adds up to something greater. The grind doesn't reward laziness or half-hearted effort. It rewards consistency, perseverance, and an unshakable commitment to your goals. So stop romanticizing success and start respecting the grind. Show up every day, do the work, and give it your all, even when it's hard, boring, or painful. The grind doesn't promise instant gratification, but it guarantees long-term rewards for those who stick with it. And when the results finally come, you'll know you earned them not because of luck or talent, but because you were willing to embrace the grind when others weren't. That's how you win. Pain is unavoidable. Whether it's physical discomfort, mental exhaustion, or emotional strain, it's a part of life and an even bigger part of growth. Most people see pain as a signal to stop, a reason to back off, or an excuse to give up. But that's the wrong mindset. Pain isn't the enemy, it's the path. It's the price of progress and the proof that you're pushing yourself beyond your limits. Without pain, there's no growth. Without discomfort, there's no breakthrough. When you hit the wall, the moment when everything feels overwhelming and you're tempted to quit, that's where most people stop. But not you. That wall isn't there to block you. It's there to test you. It's asking how much you really want what you're chasing. Are you willing to keep going when it hurts, when it's hard, when every fiber of your being is begging for relief? If the answer is yes, that's when you start to separate yourself from the pack. Pain is temporary, but the results of pushing through it are lasting. Think about the moments when you wanted to quit but didn't. Think about the pride and strength you felt afterward. That's the power of enduring pain. It builds resilience. It sharpens your mind and toughens your spirit. It teaches you that you can handle more than you thought possible and prepares you for the even greater challenges ahead. The key is to shift your perspective. Instead of fearing pain, welcome it. Understand that every ounce of effort you give, every moment you endure is moving you closer to your goals. Pain isn't a sign to stop, it's a sign you're doing something right. It's the body's way of adapting, the mind's way of learning, and the soul's way of growing. When you embrace pain, you become unstoppable. You learn to carry it, to use it as fuel, and to let it drive you forward instead of holding you back. Pain becomes your ally, not your enemy. It reminds you that you're alive, that you're fighting, and that you're capable of withstanding more than you ever imagined. The world belongs to those who can outlast the discomfort, who can keep moving when others fall behind. So when the pain comes, don't run from it. Lean into it, push through it, prove to yourself that you're stronger than the struggle. And when you come out on the other side, you won't just be closer to your goals, you'll be a completely different person, forged in the fire of your own perseverance. Your only real competition is the person you were yesterday. Too often, people waste energy comparing themselves to others, measuring their progress against someone else's timeline or achievements. That's a trap. It's a distraction that takes your focus away from what truly matters, your own growth and potential. Everyone's journey is different, and no one else's path has any bearing on your ability to succeed. The only question that matters is, am I better today than I was yesterday? Competing with yourself is the purest and most powerful form of progress. It's about pushing your own boundaries, surpassing your own limits, and striving to be the best version of yourself every single day. This kind of competition isn't about external validation or applause. It's deeply personal. It's about looking in the mirror and knowing that you gave everything you had today to become a little stronger, a little smarter, a little more disciplined than you were before. When you shift your focus inward, you take control of the only thing you can truly influence, your own effort and attitude. You stop worrying about what others are doing, how far ahead they might be, or what advantages they seem to have. Instead, you channel all your energy into improving your skills, sharpening your mind, and growing into the person you're meant to be. Every step you take toward that goal is a victory, no matter how small. Competing with yourself also means holding yourself accountable. Be honest about your weaknesses and where you're falling short. Don't make excuses or sugarcoat the truth. Instead, face it head on and commit to doing the work to get better. Celebrate your wins, but don't get complacent. Keep raising the bar and challenging yourself to reach higher, even when it feels uncomfortable or intimidating. There's a deep satisfaction in knowing you're consistently outdoing your past self. It builds confidence and resilience. It proves to you that progress is possible, no matter where you start. And over time, those small daily improvements compound into massive transformations. Remember, the person you're trying to beat is the one who wants to stay in bed instead of getting up to work, the one who chooses comfort over growth, the one who hesitates when they should act. Compete with that version of yourself every day, and don't stop until you've left them far behind. This is your race, your journey, and your life. Make it count by focusing on becoming the best you can be, one step at a time. Failure is not the end, it's a beginning. It's not a dead end, but a detour that can lead you to a stronger, smarter, and better version of yourself if you let it. The truth is, everyone fails. Everyone stumbles. Everyone has moments when they fall short. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't the absence of failure, it's how they respond to it. Failure is inevitable, but giving up is a choice. Setbacks aren't meant to stop you, they're meant to shape you. When you fail, it's easy to feel defeated, to let self-doubt creep in, and to question whether you're cut out for the path you've chosen. But instead of letting failure break you, use it to build you. Every failure carries a lesson. It's a teacher disguised as pain, frustration, or disappointment. The question is, are you willing to listen and learn? Are you willing to look at what went wrong, own it, and use it as a blueprint to come back stronger? Resilience is born in these moments. Every time you get back up after falling, you're proving to yourself that you're stronger than your setbacks. You're developing the mental toughness and grit that can't be taught, it has to be earned. And with each failure you overcome, you grow a little more, becoming someone who refuses to be defeated no matter what. It's not just about bouncing back, it's about bouncing forward. Don't just return to where you were before you failed. Use the experience to propel yourself further. Analyze what happened, make adjustments, and attack your goals with even more determination. Failure isn't a signal to stop. It's a signal to adapt, to grow, and to try again, this time armed with more knowledge and experience. Success isn't a straight line. It's a messy, winding road filled with twists, turns, and roadblocks. Embrace those challenges because they're what make the journey worthwhile. They give your victories meaning and depth. If success were easy, it wouldn't mean anything. The struggle, the setbacks, and the failures are what make the end result so much sweeter. So when failure comes and don't run from it, face it head on, accept it, learn from it, and let it fuel your fire. Remember that every failure is a step forward, not backward, as long as you choose to keep moving. Failure isn't your enemy, it's a powerful tool. Use it wisely and there's nothing you can't overcome. The biggest killer of dreams isn't failure, it's inaction. How many times have you had a great idea, set an ambitious goal, or felt inspired to make a change, only to let the moment pass? Waiting for the right time or the perfect moment is one of the biggest lies we tell ourselves. The truth is, there is no perfect time. Conditions will never be flawless, and the stars will never align perfectly for you to start. The only time you truly have is now, and the only way forward is to act immediately. Procrastination is a thief. Every time you delay taking action, you're giving away an opportunity to move closer to your goals. You might think you're buying time, but what you're actually doing is losing it. Time doesn't wait. It doesn't care about your excuses, your fears, or your hesitation. It keeps moving, and every moment you spend standing still is a moment you'll never get back. Taking action doesn't mean you have to have everything figured out. It doesn't mean you need a perfect plan or all the answers. The most important thing is to start. Even the smallest step forward is better than standing still. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates results. Once you take that first step, the next one becomes easier, and before you know it, you're building progress one step at a time. Fear often holds people back from acting. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of the unknown. But here's the thing, fear shrinks in the face of action. The more you do, the more confident you become. Each step you take reinforces your belief in your ability to handle challenges, adapt, and overcome obstacles. The longer you wait, the bigger and scarier those challenges appear. Acting now is the antidote to fear. Stop overthinking. Stop analyzing every detail and worrying about what could go wrong. The truth is, no plan is perfect and no path is without obstacles. You'll figure it out as you go. Start messy, start uncertain, start afraid, but just start. The act of beginning is often the hardest part, but it's also the most important. It sends a message to yourself and the world that you're serious about your goals. Every moment you delay, someone else is taking action, getting ahead, and moving closer to their dreams. Don't let hesitation rob you of the life you deserve. Make the decision to act and then follow through. Whether it's a phone call, a workout, a brainstorming session, or just writing down a plan, do something, anything that moves you closer to where you want to be. The clock is ticking and the world isn't waiting for you. Take the reins and make your move. Comfort is the enemy of growth. It's easy to fall into the trap of seeking ease, of choosing the familiar, and of staying in your safe zone. But the truth is, nothing extraordinary happens there. Comfort keeps you stagnant, prevents you from reaching your potential, and tricks you into thinking you've done enough when, in reality, you're just coasting. The real breakthroughs, the moments of growth and transformation happen when you step into the discomfort, when you challenge yourself, and when you embrace the unknown. Comfort doesn't make you better. It doesn't push you to evolve. The most successful people, the ones who accomplish extraordinary things, are those who have learned to thrive in discomfort. They seek out challenges, they embrace difficulty, and they step into situations that force them to stretch beyond what they thought possible. It's in these moments of discomfort that you discover the depth of your strength, your resilience, and your potential. The key to growth is choosing discomfort over convenience. When you're tempted to stay in bed, go for the run. When you'd rather take the easy route, take the one that challenges you. It's in these choices, the ones that force you to push harder and go further, that you build the mental and physical strength needed to achieve greatness. Eliminating comfort means taking calculated risks. It's about going after what scares you, what challenges you, and what forces you to confront your limits. It's about saying yes to opportunities that make you feel uneasy because you know that growth lies on the other side of that fear. The more you step outside your comfort zone, the more familiar discomfort becomes. It becomes your new normal. And when you embrace this, you break free from the chains that hold you back. Comfort also breeds complacency. It convinces you that you don't need to work harder, that the way things are right now is good enough, but good enough is the enemy of greatness. Good enough is where dreams go to die. To achieve the life you want, to accomplish the things you know you're capable of, you have to demand more from yourself. You have to want more. And that desire pushes you to do what others won't. Work harder, push longer, and sacrifice comfort in the pursuit of something greater. Don't wait for motivation to strike. Don't wait for the right moment. Seek out discomfort every day. Push yourself when your body is tired, when your mind is exhausted, when everything in you wants to quit. The discomfort you face today will turn into the confidence and strength you need tomorrow. The more you lean into discomfort, the more you'll realize that you're capable of far more than you ever thought possible. Embrace it, chase it, and let it shape you into the person you need to be to achieve your goals. The life you want is on the other side of comfort, so break free and make it yours. Success isn't handed to you, it's earned, and it's earned through relentless effort, sacrifice, and an unbreakable commitment to your goals. It's about developing the mindset that you will not quit, no matter how tough things get. It's easy to get motivated at the beginning of a journey when everything is fresh and exciting, But real success is built by those who keep going when the excitement fades, when the hard work becomes monotonous, and when obstacles seem insurmountable. You have to be willing to outlast the discomfort, outwork your competition, and keep pushing even when progress seems slow. It's not about sprinting to the finish line. It's about maintaining a pace that's sustainable, one that you can stick with day in and day out. When you're determined, you don't let the bad days knock you down. You understand that failures and setbacks aren't the end of the road. They're just part of the process. They're opportunities to get better, to adapt, and to come back stronger. The most successful people aren't necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They're the ones who show up. They're the ones who keep going when everyone else is quitting. They're the ones who look at a challenge and see it as an opportunity to prove their strength, their resilience, and their determination. It's about being relentless. You have to keep going when the world tries to hold you back, when you feel like you're running on empty, and when every part of you wants to just give up. Relentlessness means never backing down, never accepting defeat as permanent, and never letting obstacles or setbacks define you. It's about cultivating a mindset that every challenge is something to be overcome, not something to be feared. It means constantly pushing the limits of what you think is possible and never being satisfied with good enough. You're constantly in pursuit of excellence, knowing that your standards should be higher than anyone else's. To be relentless is to make success non-negotiable. It's waking up each day with the mindset that no matter what happens, you're going to push yourself harder, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward. When you're relentless, you don't allow distractions, excuses, or setbacks to take you off course. You're laser focused on your vision, and you do whatever it takes to make it happen. Every setback, every hardship, every failure becomes fuel for your drive, making you stronger and more determined with every step. And when you've reached your goal, when success is within your grasp, you'll know it wasn't handed to you. It wasn't just luck, and it wasn't just about timing. It was the result of your refusal to quit, of your relentless pursuit of something greater. That's what separates the winners from everyone else. Relentlessness isn't just a trait, it's a way of life. So commit to it. Be relentless in your pursuit of your goals, and the world will have no choice but to recognize your greatness. Now, let me ask you, what are you waiting for? Every second you hesitate, every moment you spend thinking about what you could do, someone else is out there taking action, making progress, and getting closer to their goals. You can't afford to waste any more time. You have what it takes to push through the pain, to outwork the competition, to become relentless in your pursuit of greatness. The journey won't be easy, and there will be days when you feel like giving up. But remember this, if you keep going, if you keep showing up when no one else will, you will eventually see the results of your effort. This is your life. The only person who can stop you is you. So get up, get moving. Take action now. Don't let fear, doubt, or comfort stand in your way. Embrace the grind, chase discomfort, and become relentless in your pursuit of your dreams. The world is waiting for the person you're capable of becoming. Let's go. Don't just dream about success. Go out there and earn it. The time is now. Are you ready to get it done? Let's make it happen. The clock is ticking. Every second you spend doubting yourself, waiting for the perfect moment, or worrying about failure is a second you can never get back. Every time you hesitate, the life you want to build slips further out of your grasp. But here's the good news. You still have time. You still have the power to decide what happens next. The moment you choose to act is the moment you take control of your future. Now, I know it's easy to get overwhelmed by the enormity of the task ahead. You look at your dreams and feel like they're so far out of reach. But let me remind you of something. Every step you take brings you closer. It doesn't matter how small the step is. What matters is that you keep moving. You keep taking action, even when it feels like you're not making progress, because every move you make builds momentum. And when that momentum kicks in, there's nothing that can stop you. This isn't about waiting for motivation. Motivation comes and goes. It's about discipline. It's about developing a mindset that says, no matter what, I will keep going. I will keep showing up. I will keep showing up. I will keep pushing myself, even when the odds are against me. It's about having that fire inside you that won't let you quit, even when everything else is telling you to stop. That fire is what will carry you through the tough times, through the pain, through the doubt. It's what will make you unstoppable. Think about the person you're becoming in the process. The strength, the resilience, the discipline that you're building. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to grow. Every failure is a lesson in disguise, and every time you overcome a setback, you build a stronger version of yourself. But this journey isn't just about the destination, it's about the person you're becoming along the way. The lessons you're learning, the habits you're forming, the mindset you're developing. These things will stay with you long after the goal is achieved. So don't wait. Don't let the fear of failure or the lure of comfort hold you back. Take that first step. Keep going, keep pushing. At the end of the day, you will look back and realize that the hardest part wasn't the work itself, it was showing up. It was staying in the fight when everything in you wanted to quit. The people who make it aren't the ones who start, they're the ones who finish. And that's who you're going to be. So no more waiting, no more procrastination, no more excuses. The time is now. Get up, get it done. Get it done in style. You've got what it takes, and it's time to prove it to yourself. Now go show the world who you really are.